By stress. We've got to pay the bills, work extra long hours, or even rush to pick the kids up from school. So if those situations don't go away, how do we calm ourselves down? Dr. Jim LaValle is a board-certified nutritionist and clinical pharmacist. He's here to show us how to do that before a stressful situation really becomes a serious problem. Welcome to the show. Good to
Great
see you
being here. Yeah.
A lot of people are dealing with stress, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. You know?
More and more every day.
Yeah, and you have a really interesting comment here. You said that running from a bear is actually easier to deal with in terms of stress than the stress that we deal with working 14-hour days, sitting in traffic. How can that be?
Well, you know, it's interesting, but when you think about it, when you're running from a bear, there's pretty short conclusions, right? You release all the exactly. You release all these hormones into your body. You got to run as fast as you can to burn them off, and then either you're going to turn and fight the bear. Probably not a good idea, right? Not so good. You may climb up a tree, you know, but you're going to burn all those hormones off climbing up the tree. Or you simply run, hide, and you live to fight another day. Well, when every day becomes, oh my gosh, I didn't get that email out. I've got to get my kids to school, pack their lunches. They've got an activity after school. I've got a meeting. What am I going to do this weekend? I'm working 2 jobs.
There's all that combined is what makes it so much worse, right?
Absolutely, and those stress hormones chronically release in your body and start to elevate over time.
And you say there's a few things that we can do to decrease the stress. What are some of the examples that you would give?
Well, there's a couple big things. Don't fall in the traps of using caffeine to get you through the day for energy. You've got to reduce the amount of caffeine you're taking in. Try to get sleep. Study after study shows 7 hours is that magic point. Try to get to 7 hours a night. I'd love it if more people got to 9 hours, but you know what? I'll take 7 all day long.
It's so hard, though. I mean, people are going off of 5-6 hours of sleep and happy about that, though, you know?
I know they're happy, but you know, when you look at it, 5.5 times more prone to get a cold or flu bug if you're not getting adequate sleep. It's a problem.
That's true. Okay, you've got a nice little graph here in terms of how stressed are we. The first thing you say is, do you crave sweets, carbs, and salty foods? Are you gaining weight, especially the belly fat as well?
That's right.
That's a good sign.
It's a big sign that you may be under stress. When you get under stress, you deplete something called serotonin out of your brain, and when you get low on serotonin, your body's going to say, that cookie's my friend.
Oh, the cookie's been my friend for quite a while now. Okay, another thing you say, do you need caffeine frequently throughout the day to stay alert? You mentioned that. Do you notice that you're snapping at family members and coworkers? That's a big sign.
Well, it's a big sign because what happens is as you get under more chronic stress, you lose your calming neurotransmitters in your brain, so you can't stay calm, and you get more aggressive. You think you're fighting the bear, and what it is, you're trying to get your husband to maybe get off the couch. Who knows, right?
Another bear. Okay, you talked about this a little bit earlier, but do you have trouble sleeping or waking up in the middle of the night? That's a problem for us.
That's a huge problem. If you have trouble getting up in the middle of the night, you're waking up, that's a clear sign you're not making enough melatonin. That means your body is definitely under excessive stress.
Okay, the flu bugs and the colds, we talked about that as well too. And also the last thing, do you feel anxious or nervous? Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't realize they're anxious or nervous. So when you say, hey, how you doing? And they go, oh, who, me?
Me?
What do you mean? I'm doing fine. Did I do something wrong? Right? I mean, you know, when that's going on, that's a problem. And so you've got to watch that you're just not feeling excessively anxious, waiting for the next event, making too long a list to accomplish.
Okay, and then how to lose your health in 10 years. You listed the 3 relationship killers. What are they?
Well, I think the big ones are excessive use of caffeine. I mean, now I think they've got caffeine sprinkles that you could put on top of your lattes, you know? I mean, it's like, you know, how much caffeine can we get in a day? Got to limit it. I don't say you have to avoid it completely, but limit it to a couple cups a day.
Okay.
Sugar intake. You've got to get down the refined sugar intake. Most people rely on, I'm going to eat M&Ms, I'm going to go after something, a cookie, in order to give me energy. It's going to get your blood sugar out of balance. Big problems. The third one is you've got to get adequate sleep. Those are the 3 biggest things.
Darn. Okay. The doctor's in the house. I have to listen to you. Thanks so much for coming on.
Just for a minute.
We appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Kim, we'll send it back over to you.